that will encourage and support such cross-disciplinary work. I know each of you could discuss things happening in your home institutions that do this. Let me cite just 3 examples from my own university that include cross-disciplinary and public-private partnership efforts. First, one of our newest spin-out companies is called WAVE, Wireless Advanced Vehicle Electrification. WAVE is a new company we've established that is focused on demonstrating the technology and economic feasibility of wireless power transfer for mass transit, industrial systems, and light-duty vehicles. The primary obstacle to electric transportation has always been battery size, weight, and life. WAVE is solving this problem by using inductive power transfer, which works by transferring power from magnets embedded in the roadway into a receiver plate connected to a small battery pack on the underside of a passing vehicle. This allows the vehicle to receive a continuous charge while driving, and for one of our first customers, one of our prototypes, the cost of this system is cheaper by half than pure electric vehicles. Secondly, Occutel, a second new spin-out, has developed a technology that delivers incredibly accurate occupancy intelligence sensing. This company has been developed to serve the occupancy sensing market and is primarily focused right now on commercial office space, which is estimated to be at 79 billion square feet in this country and consumes some 8.26 quadrillion BTUs of energy. Based on our proprietary algorithms developed by our Energy Dynamics Laboratory, the Occutel camera-based sensor will provide the ultimate in lighting control technology, thereby creating a new standard of energy efficiency through sophisticated low-cost control of illumination. Energy consumption efficiencies can be realized in large numbers, some in the range of 65%, depending on space and use. Thirdly, our Energy Dynamics Lab is heavily involved in a range of clean and renewable energy systems, but also in finding improved ways to address some of the negative environmental impacts of old technologies, including oil and gas drilling. A recent USU spin-off called PureStream has already evolved into a $50 million company that is dealing with the brackish water problem associated with current drilling technologies. Now again, I use these illustrations from my own campus to just give you an idea of some of the things that are going on, I'm sure at your campuses as well, in addressing the challenges that I've referenced. Now in this setting today, I need to emphasize as well the important role of the social sciences. The social science disciplines must extend research efforts that address the social consequences of environmental problems and events, the social causes of such disturbances that lead to these events, and the social capacity to respond and adapt to them. In both the physical and the social sciences, new direction for interdisciplinary research must emerge that are designed to address the complexity of the human-environment interface. And then finally, the service leg of the stool. The third leg of the land-grant stool is outreach, undertaken with the purpose of taking what is discovered through applied research at our universities and transferring that knowledge to the user. Initially, the focus was on new and more productive techniques for improving agricultural production. However, the same principle applies to the issues that I'm talking about today. It is my belief that we must reach beyond traditional outreach through our university extension services and seek new ways to partner with communities, with agencies, and with the private sector. Now again, let me illustrate with 2 partnerships that my own university has recently established with Nature Conservancy. We are the lead research partner at the Canyonlands Research Center, a collaboration designed to help address some of the most challenging problems that land and water managers face due to drought and climate change. The Dugout Ranch at Canyonlands provides for us the perfect outdoor classroom, as well as a field research laboratory where our faculty and students collaborate with agency, NGO, and private partners to examine ecological trends and learn lessons on the ground that can, in a very practical way, help these land managers do their job. And then just last week, I signed an agreement with the Nature Conservancy to create the Wings and Water Wetlands Education Program. There is perhaps no more ecologically important system in Utah than the wetlands of the Great Salt Lake. We're using this new partnership to help thousands of school children understand that healthy wetlands are critical to healthy watersheds, and that healthy watersheds are tied to human health and well-being. By teaming with the Conservancy, we can extend this message to a much broader audience while gaining a trusted and well-respected conservation partner. So my proposition today is that we begin by working hard to reinvigorate and wildlife higher education that allows us more effectively to address these challenges through enhanced models of learning, discovery, and engagement. But I want to conclude by underscoring that there are other things that we can do as well. One of these is to make very clear our most basic value propositions. Like many other university presidents, I attempted to do this by being one of the original signers of the American College and University President's Climate Commitment. This document stated our concern about the potential for large-scale adverse health, social, economic, and ecological effects that would become increasingly prevalent if we fail to address some of the human causes of worldwide climate change. As presidents, we express the belief that colleges and universities must exercise leadership in our communities throughout society by modeling ways to minimize negative human impacts on the environment. Specific actions were specified, including the development of a climate action plan for our campuses. My university has developed such a plan under the direction of a president-appointed University Sustainability Council. Let me note just a few of the things that we're doing as part of that plan. We've converted to the use of hydroelectric and natural gas to offset the CO2 impacts of coal-generated power. Our new energy plant on campus now heats a third of the total campus by recapturing waste heat as a byproduct of our electric power production. We have now retrofitted 3.5 million square feet of space with new efficient fluorescent lighting, reducing our power bills in the last couple of years by over 30%. Recognizing that 39% of our carbon footprint is caused by commuters, we have expanded our Aggie shuttle bus system, and our buses now burn compressed natural gas rather than diesel fuel. I must add here just a little bit of irony. Because we and other members of the public are trying to make the reduction of our carbon footprint a serious action, our state legislature is worried that we will use less gasoline and thereby pay less gasoline taxes. So to counterbalance this, one of our state senators is introducing legislation this fall that would require owners of hybrid and electric vehicles to pay an additional fee to offset the potential loss of state revenue from gasoline tax. We have developed a much more bike-friendly campus and provide Aggie Blue Bikes to our students, faculty, and staff to check out for their use. Our computerized central controlled watering system operates our sprinkler systems throughout our campus, gathering real-time weather station data to conserve our water while keeping our campus green. Serious budget reductions have impacted our ability to invest in some of the recommendations that have come from the council, but we're continuing to press forward. I should note that much of the progress we're making is student-driven, reflecting, I believe, that it is our students who will lead the way in our serious efforts to grapple with the challenges that are ahead. Now, it will not surprise those of you in this room to learn that we do not take these actions in a fully supportive political environment. This is a time when discourse on these topics is increasingly difficult, and rational exchange among those with opposing views is almost impossible, even those cases where the scientific evidence is clear. After signing the President's Climate Commitment, I received several interesting letters. One included the following, and I quote, "O learned one, the only thing exceeding your arrogance is your stupidity." The writer went on to note that if you really want to stop global warming, get the political types of your university to keep their mouths shut, and the reduction in hot air would reduce the global temperature. Great solution. My excoriation in one of the blogs in the local newspaper was even more severe, where I was described as a hearty supporter of USU's uber-radical leftist programs that are based on purely Marxist, KKK, Nazi theories of compassion as abuse. Whatever that means. If any of you can help me with it, let me know. My point is that there are those who would set aside the conversation and the discourse that we must have. They would punish our research faculty who study these issues by eliminating their research funds when findings contradict certain political views. and they would try and convince themselves and others that somehow they can make the problem go away by passing resolutions denying its existence. All of this is very real. A member of my faculty serves as the state climatologist, and each year I'm faced with the challenge of defending his work before the state legislature, where those who reject climate change science would reduce or eliminate his funding in order to control his message. Now the tragedy is that it's going to take a crisis that is very large and completely undeniable before we can expect some of this to change. And even then, there are those who argue that just as the rapture did occur on May 21st, and the world did end, there will still be non-believers. So our charge and our challenge as 21st century universities is to continue to teach, to research, to share new and innovative approaches to address these problems, and to do that even in the face of the ideologically based challenges that will come. Several months ago, when Columbia University was being criticized for allowing the president of the Islamic Republic of Iran to speak on campus, President Lee Bollinger issued the following statement: "I would like to invoke a major theme in the development of freedom of speech as a central value in our society. It should never be thought that merely to listen to ideas implies our endorsement of those ideas. To commit oneself to a life and a civil society prepared to examine critically all ideas arises from a deep faith in the belief of a long-term process of meeting bad beliefs with better beliefs and hateful words with wiser words." Now in closing, let me extend that just a bit. Bollinger's argument could be applied as well to the concept of academic freedom. We must defend and cherish the notion of being able to research, to write about, speak about, teach about difficult and potentially controversial issues, regardless of the political pressures that may be applied. And we must do that, not just here at the University of Wisconsin, an institution that has always been at the forefront of championing these ideals, but at all of our institutions. In a world where ideology too frequently trumps science, it is up to those of us here and our colleagues at our campuses and institutions at home to defend and extend these essential beliefs and actions. Our planet truly depends on it. Thank you.